The importance of partnership and collaboration in any sector cannot be overemphasized, and the agricultural sector is no exception. No wonder agricultural development is on the concurrent legislative list, ensuring that both federal and state governments have a responsibility towards agricultural development. Tonight on the program, we are focusing on the importance of partnership and collaboration among different levels of government and the private sector players in the agricultural sector. But before then, we have some news from the Agri Ministry. Do stay tuned for the program. I am Dihelia Mamza, standing in for your regular anchor. Do stay tuned.
Every part of Nigeria has something to offer.
The program begins with news from the diary of the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security. In the diary tonight, Agri Minister briefs House of Representatives on efforts to ensure food security. Also on the lineup, federal government takes steps to enhance agricultural mechanization. Watch out for details after this short break.
The federal government has taken drastic measures to eliminate hunger in Nigeria by encouraging all year-round farming, mechanization, making agriculture a business, and release of food from strategic food reserves in the country. The Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Abubakar Kyari, disclosed this during a sectoral debate recently at the House of Representatives in Abuja. While setting the tone for the debate, the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Benjamin Kalu, stated that the growing concern of food insecurity, despite the vast agricultural potentials of Nigeria, necessitates that the Minister of Agriculture and Food Security brief the members on the state of the nation's agricultural sector at the moment and where the nation is heading to in the agricultural sector.
I have identified 4 critical levers for improving food security: increasing per capita consumption, raising production yield, curbing food price inflation, and reducing reliance on food import. Today, we are going to have a conversation that will be championed by you, where you will express yourself on the questions coming from the constituents, which the people in charge of this sector will be given opportunity to address. I now invite the Honorable Minister of Agriculture and Food Security to address the House on agricultural sector.
In his presentation during the debate, the Honorable Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Abubakar Kyari, stated that the food insecurity in Nigeria is as a result of many factors, but that the ministry has taken steps to enhance massive production by supporting farmers with 50% of the cost of production for key staple foods in dry season farming of wheat, while efforts are in progress to support farmers in the dry season farming of rice, maize, and cassava.
What we have done so far, last year in November, we launched the dry season farming. The phase 1 was to plant wheat, and we have done that. We have planted 117,000 hectares, Jigawa being the number 1 with 40,000, but I'm glad to announce that beyond the 40,000, they have done 55,000 hectares of wheat. And that is the first phase, and we're about to harvest that wheat shortly this month to the end of the month. In a sense, what we have done with the dry season farming is to incentivize our farmers to have all year-round production. We have been having seasonal production, especially during the wet season. As we all know, sometimes we see farmers only farming activities in 4 months, and they'll stay idle for 8 months. But today, we've been working together with the Federal Ministry of Water Resources to take opportunity of the abundant irrigation facilities and the irrigable lands to do all year-round farming.
The minister further stated that for Nigeria to surmount food insecurity, attention must be given to mechanization, stressing that agriculture should be practiced as a business.
The medium and long-term solutions, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues here, is that we have to make agriculture business-oriented. Today, we find out and we see that people are just doing agriculture as a means of survival and subsistence. We have to make agriculture business. We have to turn it around. Like I said, for the wheat, I remember when I was addressing some people at Hadeja when we launched the first phase of the NAGs on the wheat. We just did a simple analysis and made a small calculation. For 1 hectare, you need about 700,000 naira as at November last year to cultivate with irrigation and all that. And in 1 hectare, you can get 4 tons. 4 tons is 80 bags of 50 kilograms each. Each bag of wheat at that time was 50,000 naira. That's 4 million naira. And you invest 700. Okay, you invest 1 million. In 3-4 months, you have 3 million in 1 hectare. It has to be based on some kind of factors.
In an effort to address the challenges of inadequate tractors for agricultural mechanization in Nigeria, the federal government has intensified efforts to fast-track the implementation of the Memorandum of Understanding between John Deere Tractors Company and the federal government to make at least 2,000 tractors and tractor services available to farmers in Nigeria yearly for the next 5 years. The push for the implementation was made during a recent meeting in Abuja between the Ministers of Agriculture and Food Security and the management of John Deere. Speaking during the meeting, the Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Abubakar Kyari, stated that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu remains committed to ensuring that the issue of mechanization in agriculture is addressed to ensure food security in the country. Senator Kyari urged the John Deere Tractors Company to inform the ministry of any challenge or fear they have over the implementation of the agreement and ensure that a significant percentage of the agreed number of tractors are made available in the country before the beginning of the wet season farming.
We want to fast track and want to also know precisely when will the first set of tractors arrive in Nigeria, because in our meeting last November, we were told that the CKDs, the one that will be assembled at the Tata facility in Lekki, would come later in the year, but there will be some imports on complete, semi-knockdown, that they will come before that facility, even though if those semi-knockdowns will be partly assembled in the facility, right? So, but we want to know precisely, let us give ourselves timelines so that we monitor our progress and see how we achieve the desired objective.
Also speaking during the meeting, the Honorable Minister of State, Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Aliu Sabi Abdullahi, appealed to John Deere to be committed to the agreement and ensure that they are there for Nigeria in her quest to address the inadequacy of tractors in Nigeria.
To our partners, we are totally committed, and we are happy that you are also totally committed. So please, let's deep dive. Let's just go for it. Your product is one that all of us read from secondary school. If you read Agric secondary school, you will see tractors is John Deere, they will put there for you. The other one is Massey Ferguson. But that John Deere will always be there. So I think we want you to be there. Let me change please be here for us.
Speaking earlier, the managing director of John Deere Tractors Company in Africa assured the ministers of the commitment of his leadership and John Deere to the project.
I'm happy to say that I'm here to finish this project with the group. So it's really a courtesy call. Yesterday we had the privilege to actually see the Lekki port facility. What a magnificent facility. And that's part of the commitment that we made in terms of the assembly facility for this project. So everything is most of the stuff is going according to plan, and it's with the help of your team as well as our teams working on ticking the boxes and getting all the building blocks in place.
Partnership and collaboration play a pivotal role in the development of agriculture. That is why we are focusing on what the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security is doing to strengthen partnership and collaboration among stakeholders in the agricultural sector in order for country to attain food security. We shall also dwell on the importance of partnership between the private sector and the government, bearing in mind that every part of the agricultural value chain offers an opportunity for partnership and collaboration for greater productivity. Do keep watching.
Partnership and collaboration between stakeholders in the agricultural sector is a major way to enhance agricultural development. In a collaboration, each party operates independently and has complete control over the individual resources they bring to the table while in partnership. There is more of a commingling of resources, and a separate structure is developed to oversee or manage the engagement. In the agricultural sector, partnership and collaboration provide a valuable platform for a pool of resources and knowledge transfer for the development of agriculture. Through collaboration, countries and other stakeholders in the agricultural space could share scientific research, innovations, and technical expertise to address common challenges and improve farming practices. The Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security take partnership and collaboration very seriously and has been building bridges among stakeholders. The ministry partners and collaborates with other stakeholders in the areas of policy making and implementation, knowledge sharing and transfer, agricultural projects and funding, agricultural risk management, mechanization, seed production, interventions, among others. In doing these, the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security collaborates with state governments, other countries, other ministries, development partners, farmers' associations, among others. Little wonder then that the Minister of State, Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Aliyu Sabi Abdullahi, stated during the African-wide Extension Week that everything the ministry would be doing must be geared towards strengthening collaboration among stakeholders.
All I just want to urge us is, please, let's join hands together. What the world needs now is more partnership, collaboration, more synergy, more harmonization, more partnership, more collaboration, more partnership, more collaboration, collaboration, collaboration. You can't sit down in your office and be an island.
In making agricultural policies, the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security collaborates with state governments, research institutes, professional bodies, development partners, crop and livestock farmers, IT service providers, and the media. This enables the stakeholders to have their input in the policy making in the agricultural sector.
Within the livestock sector, we have our own sectoral policies drawing from NATIP that will help us along our own mandate and to look specifically at those key areas within also our National Livestock Transformation Plan to drive the animal agriculture sector. And these policies are the breeding national dairy policy, National Animal Breeding Policy, National Feed and Fodder Policy. And now these policies are key. Out of these policies, we have reached, we have the National Dairy Policy already endorsed and approved by FEC. And we are in the process of developing the framework for implementation together with the FMITI, Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, and other key stakeholders.
In walking the talk, the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security wrote and presented a letter of expression of interest to different state governors, to participate in the National Agro Growth Scheme and Agro Pocket, which is the program that supports dry and wet seasons farming of wheat, rice, maize, cassava, soybeans, and sorghum. And the governors on their part expressed a readiness to collaborate to make the program a success.
We have to know who the real farmers are, and by so doing, we have to collaborate with the local authorities and the state government so that they can buy into our program and also succeed in what we set out to do. In addition, we're going to set up, both from our own side and also from the state side, a team, a task force team to make sure that this program is successful. Some of the things that we have discussed earlier, the round-tripping issues, the lack of verifiable data, the inability for farmers to come up with their own portion because of the precarious economic situation that we found ourselves in. I think by the time we collaborate with the frontline states, such as Katsina, we will come up with a very successful program.
My visit here today actually is to explore area of collaboration with the ministry in the following areas, Honorable Ministers. We want to be part of the agro pocket scheme, the dry and wet season farming. We are prepared. We are prepared for that, and we also want to see if it's possible for you to assist us with mechanization and tractorization.
I want to assure the honorable ministers that Katsina State is ready to key in all the projects of the federal government to support our farmers, and at our own level, we will do whatever possible as the finances will allow, so that we help the farmers.
The Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security also collaborates with other ministries like the Ministry of Water Resources, Ministry of Environment and Ecological Management, Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Health and Social Welfare, Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, among others, to strengthen agricultural production, processing and marketing, as well as disease control in Nigeria. This collaboration among ministries underscores why the Minister of State for Health and Social Welfare, Dr. Tunji Alausa, during the World Rabies Day, calls for collaboration among the stakeholders to stamp out rabies from the country.
Collaboration amongst all sectors worked, and we should continue to collaborate in our fight against rabies. It is therefore critical to work with stakeholders, champions, and people at the community, local, national, and global levels to rebuild and strengthen our healthcare system in the rabies control program by collaborating and joining forces, engaging communities, integrating care management, awareness creation, and committing to sustaining dog vaccination. With all these measures, rabies can be successfully eliminated.
The collaboration among stakeholders in the agricultural sector goes beyond government and the private sector. Farmers also partner and collaborate among themselves. Input dealers also collaborate. Professional bodies in the agricultural sector also collaborate. This gives rise to the formation of some associations such as All Farmers Association of Nigeria, Small Scale Women Farmers Association of Nigeria, Animal Science Association of Nigeria, among others. These are associations formed to strengthen agriculture in Nigeria.
The membership of AFAN is free. You don't have to pay anything. Whether you have a farm or you have interest in becoming a farmer, you can be registered. You register where your farm is or where you intend to do the farming activity. As I told you, we are present in the 774 local government areas of Nigeria.
The Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security collaborates with and also encourages the formation of these associations and clusters of farmers in order for government support to easily get to the farmers.
I really want farmers to be in the association. That is the Maize Farmers Association, because government is looking at using these associations to attract the support and to get the support from government.
Research institutes also partner with farmers to gear their findings towards problem-solving researches that are relevant to farmers and for technology transfer.
The area of reproductive assistance, that's the AI, scientists and technicians visit farms directly to handle their reproductive challenges and improve the genetic base of their animals. We have what we call the Open Day. NAPRI usually organizes Open Day where it will interact with all stakeholders. Farmer groups are usually present to have first-hand information.
We've been involved in outreach program where we put farmers into groups, we train them from time to time on what we do. We provide some inputs in terms of seedlings to some of them to encourage them to go into proper activities in relation or proper production activities in relation to our mandate crops.
The Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security is also collaborating with other countries and development partners like the International Fund for Agricultural Development, IFAD, Japan International Cooperation Agency, GICA, Africa Development Bank, AFDB, Food and Agricultural Organization, Action Aid Nigeria, among others.
We're here to build on our already very strong relationship. There is a growing population of Nigerian origin in Ireland, and they're making a very positive impact to our society, to our economy. We have a number of Nigerian mayors, in fact, of towns, so they're also making a very positive impact on our political system. And we want to build on those relationships. And of course, the kind of partnership we want is one of mutual benefit. So I think we can only develop this kind of common set of interests with this kind of dialogue. And it is just particularly important for me, and I mean this sincerely, to be engaging with somebody who essentially does the same job as I do, with different challenges, a different set of challenges, but the common interest in developing food security, improving productivity, making sure farmers make a decent living.
This new COSOP strategy will present new opportunity to strengthen our portfolio. One of the opportunities that we heard during the consultation is the importance of strengthening mechanization, strengthening technology, enhancing youth contribution to agriculture and to rural development, to agribusiness in general. Another element that came strongly is youth gender, strengthening the women participation.
There are other levels of partnerships and collaborations that the federal government of Nigeria, through the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, is pursuing and implementing, all of it towards boosting productivity and ensuring food security targets are achieved. A most recent one is the partnership with tractor manufacturing companies like John Deere and others to enhance tractorization and other aspects of agricultural mechanization in the country.
Indeed, no one is an island. Partnership and collaboration is the way to go in ensuring greater productivity in agriculture towards food security, job and wealth creation. The Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security is treading the right path in providing the right atmosphere for partnership to thrive. Let us join hands with the government to pull the nation from hunger into food security and ensure economic prosperity. Do have a great night rest.